Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Macau is a special administrative region in China, and it's the only place in the country where casino gambling is legal. The cards, the dice, and the wheels bring in revenues of over $3 billion a year. And a lot of that growth comes from the high rollers, people the casinos dub VIPs, who typically make bets of about 150,000 US dollars. Not a bad income source for a region barely 30 square kilometers large and only a short ferry ride from my hometown, Hong Kong. But Macau is betting on a future beyond the gaming tables. Coming up on this edition of First Class, we take you to places only the uber-rich usually get to see. From luxury hotel suites to fine dining choices that could break the bank. And of course, we'll be taking some time out for a bit of R&R along the way. Shopping at some of the grandest malls and exclusive boutiques, and I try my hand at golf under the expert guidance of a world-class coach. But first, there's only one way to arrive in Macau for those willing to splash some serious cash. If it's a lap of luxury you're looking for, nothing quite says welcome to a destination like a Rolls-Royce Classic. The Venetian offers the one and only Phantom to its VIP guests, and I'm going to take a quick tour of the Cotai Strip as we head over to the Parisian. Like Hong Kong, Macau has its own currency, the Macau Pataka. And booking one of these ultra-luxurious Phantoms comes at a cost of 1,400 Pataka. That's around $200 for just a short ride. Sure, we might be riding in style, but the rich, like everyone else, may still need guidance when it comes to local hotspots. And the best way to find out? Always ask a local.
Excuse me, sir, which are the most popular tourist spots in Macau?
The ruins of St. Paul, or Pena Hill, or Senado Square, where there is plenty of shopping and food.
Which is the most popular hotel here on the island?
It's the Venetian.
It's still the Venetian?
Yes, yes.
What about the Parisian?
The Parisian is good too. The hotel just opened up recently. It's only been around for about a year.
When is the busiest time in Macau?
It's usually very busy during the school holidays or during the year end when there are more holidays such as Christmas and New Year. There are lots of visitors during this time.
Okay, this driver might be biased given he works for the company behind both Venetian and the Parisian resorts, but he does have reasons to be proud of his workplace. The figures speak for themselves. Sands China is the unquestioned leader in Macau, both in market share and visitor numbers. And just arriving at the Parisian, it's easy to see why so many people love to visit. The lobby has a full-size reproduction of Paris's Fontaine de Mars. And the usual hotel clutter of registration, concierge, and bell desks, well, they've been moved to their own separate space, modeled after a Versailles drawing room. The move makes the lobby feel more like a grand plaza than working hotel with 3,000 rooms. For high rollers, of course, the luxury experience is all they'll ever see. They get to enjoy the VIP rooms with the finest service money can buy. Sands China first created a buzz in Macau with the Venetian, the largest integrated resort in Asia. Construction cost a cool $2.4 billion. Like its Las Vegas counterpart, the Venetian replicates the Italian city as best it can. From the famous canals to the gondoliers that serenade romantic couples through St. Mark's Square, all under a painted blue sky. As my driver said, the Venetian's sister resort, the Parisian, is just over a year old, and it's hard to miss on the Cotai Strip. Its Eiffel Tower dominates both day and night, And Senior Vice President of Marketing and Brand Management for Sands, Ruth Boston, told us the tower would have been built at full scale were it not for the height restrictions imposed by the airport nearby.
Parisian has been a very successful property for us, and I think it's captured the imagination of many people who maybe have not been to Paris but have wanted to see Paris. It's a great experience for those that have never travelled overseas, and actually for those who have, they still have a great time.
The Versailles suite at the Parisian costs over $4,500 per night.
High roller experiences are first, of course, you arrive in style. So we have 5 Phantom Rolls Royces. You can choose any one you like, and that's a wonderful way to arrive at our properties. We also, if you have specific dining requests, we also have private chefs. So you can have your own meal with all your friends in your suite or at any location around the properties. In addition, we also have 24-hour butler service, which means that we can prepare anything you want at any time. We have the beautiful Le Chine restaurant in the Parisian. It looks out over the Cotai Strip and is based actually in the Eiffel Tower. So that's a beautiful experience, and the food there is absolutely superb. It's a unique blend of Chinese and French fusion, so quite creative. We also have the first and only Michelin star Indian restaurant in Macau. It's called the Golden Peacock.
The Parisian offers visitors something the French capital is also famous for: shopping. In fact, it and the Venetian house more than 850 retailers. Oh, and did I mention in Macau, it's all duty-free?
It's very hard to find anywhere in Asia where you have so many luxury stores all under one roof. And when we say all under one roof, they're actually interconnected, all our hotels. So you can walk from one property to the other. We also have some first-to-market brands, not only for Macau, but also for Asia, with brands like Antonia, who made their home here at the Parisian Macau. Many of those stores will stay open after hours just for the luxury high rollers.
You don't have to be a high roller to enjoy all that Macau has to offer. There are, after all, over 35,000 hotel rooms to choose from. But for those serious about their stay, there's one place named for and promises it will provide an out-of-this-world experience.
John is a butler at the Galaxy Hotel, and we're now in the Palace Suites. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, this is the Palace Suite, and it's the most luxurious suite in Galaxy Hotel. There are only 4 suites in total. Usually some high spender, they would like to stay in this suite because there are 3 separate compartments in the room, 1 separate living room, bathroom, as well as the bedroom. So for the bathroom, there is a jacuzzi as well as a steam room. So this is selling point of this room.
Like all 5-star suites, guests can expect all the finest amenities, private check-in, and of course, John is your personal private 24-hour butler.
Off the top of your head, are there any guests that make some special requests?
Yes, there are plenty of them. I remember there was once, it's a very regular VIP guest, and she requests for a traditional cookies, in the Macau Peninsula, and because usually what we provide to the guests is something within our property. So for these guests, we go beyond that. So after work, my colleague and I went to Macau Island, and we looked for the bakery. It's a very old shop in Macau, and probably it has been open for 40-50 years. Yeah, so we found it, and the next day we passed it to the guests. And after she tastes it, she loves it and requests to buy more and share it with us, share it with her friends and family. Yeah, so from that time onwards, she comes very often, almost once a month or twice a month sometimes. And now we have built a very good rapport with the guests, and yeah, it's like a family.
the focus now is not so much on gaming, but into non-gaming, entertainment, sports, lifestyle. Where do you see Macau and Galaxy in 2 or 5 years from now?
It's more towards non-gaming, trying to provide more entertainment, make it more family-oriented. We have Broadway theatre. We are trying to provide more shows, entertainment to the guests. We have our world longest river ride combined to our phase 1 Grand Resort deck to make it more comprehensive to the guests. Macau is not only about gaming, but others entertainment, and yeah, it's suitable for all age.
Ahead on First Class Macau, I take you to the historic heart of the city to discover ancient relics and prestigious collections, and then step into the high life with something very different indeed.
They actually did walk through the water.
Welcome back to First Class. We're in the gambling capital of the world. No, not Las Vegas. We're in Macau. This famous holiday destination isn't just about the gaming tables, though. It has a lot more to offer visitors. Its European and Chinese heritage is clear to see and recognize. Macau has more than 20 UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
The Portuguese influence in Macau dates back nearly 500 years when it became the first port in the Far East to be settled permanently by Westerners. This unique fusion of Eastern and Western cultures has formed the foundation of the city's rich history and remains all around us today.
Many of Macau's streets maintain their Portuguese names. European churches and cathedrals sit alongside ancient Chinese temples and buildings. But perhaps the most famous and historic area on the island is the ruins of St. Paul's Cathedral. The Jesuits began constructing the church in 1602, and the famous facade was actually carved by Japanese Christians living in exile. Now it's the most visited tourist spot in Macau, and its famous staircase is the place to be during the Lunar New Year, when everyone can enjoy the Dragon Parade. The ruins of St. Paul's might be Macau's most famous spot, but Senado Square is its beating heart. Intricate black and white tiling create wave shapes reflecting the maritime importance of the port to the Portuguese. The area is now a favorite place for locals and visitors to hang out, and it often hosts world-class concerts and other events. And just off Senado Square, visitors can lose themselves in a maze of cobblestone streets where restaurants and boutiques selling art and antiques vie for tourist dollars.
But if it's a first-class collection of art and antiques you're after, beyond the street markets, look no further than Wynn Palace.
The art collection at this five-star resort is world famous, and most of it belongs in the private collection of Steve Wynn, the resort's billionaire owner. From the Jeff Koons tulip sculpture in the lobby to the chinoiserie tapestry, the Wynn Palace is a living, breathing art gallery. But perhaps the most famous pieces in the collection are these 18th century Chinese porcelain vases. The 4-foot-high vases painted with Buddhist and Taoist emblems are similar to ones owned by the British Queen and are thought to have cost around $12 million. Steve Wynn promised to bring Chinese art back to China, and he is. His entire art collection in the hotel is valued at an eye-popping $150 million. From the traditional to the contemporary, Macau is making a name for itself in fashion. One of the world's largest fashion events finds its home in this amazing city. The Sands Macau Fashion Week, attended by celebrities and fashion elite from China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, and Korea, is now a must-do on the A-list calendar.
Fashion Week is the first time ever the Macau has held anything like this event. We had world-class parades with luxury designers, including the opening night with La Perla, which was a spectacular parade featuring 70 couture outfits. And this was their spring-summer collection, the parade that they take on the road to the world. So we were very excited to have them. We had this amazing parade in the Venetian called Walk on Water, and literally we set the parade catwalk up on the canals, so they actually did walk through the water.
Next, on First Class Macau, we head to the green, where I'll be sharpening up my skills with a private golf lesson.
Putting, you must use your imagination.
Before we discover a nightlife so vibrant, you might never want to leave. Welcome back to First Class Macau. We've already explored the casinos, the historic sites, the shopping centers, and the art. But Macau is also a world-class destination for the business traveler. In fact, attracting meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, or MICE for short, is a key part of Macau's latest 5-year plan. Over 700 MICE events took place in the first half of the year. And for those wanting to take their deal-making outside, there's no place better than the fairways.
Jeffrey, we're here in Macau, not far from the gaming tables, but on the golf course, one of 2 in Macau. Why would people come all the way here and play the game?
I would say golf is much better is for the family. When the whole family they come over to Macau, they can come and play golf, and not only they bet on the table.
So do you think people would come to Macau just to play golf? Or is it a mixture of both gaming on the golf course and gaming on the casino tables?
I would say both. I would say both. Golf is absolutely different. We will have our private time. That's why we can talk many things seriously or private. That's why we say golf is very nice for the businessman.
Like 4 hours on the golf course.
4 hours. Yeah, if I cannot show you my plan, that will be my fault.
Located at the southern end of the glamorous Cotai Entertainment District, Caesars Golf Course is only one of 2 golf facilities in Macau and the only one open to the public. The 18-hole championship course is 7,183 yards, offers a driving range and private golf lessons, of which I'm clearly in need.
Within the green is difficult because of different people. They may have the different ability to judge the level of the green.
Yeah.
That's why we always say, putting, you must use your imagination.
So the golf course has been here for something like 15 years.
Yeah,
Have you seen any famous people come through?
Oh, of course, we have a game before. It's not an official game, but by that time I can remember Rory McIlroy is playing here. He played 3 holes here.
Sure, I might not be the next Rory McIlroy, but under Jeffrey's tutelage, my game did improve. For those seeking a more adrenaline-inducing leisure activity, there's only one place to go, and that's up. Macau Tower stands 338 meters above the ground and offers this, the world's highest commercial bungee jump. Not for the faint-hearted. Neither is this, the Skywalk, where the bravest among us can take a stroll around the outer perimeter of the tower. For me, though, I prefer to enjoy the spectacular scenery from the comfort of the viewing deck. And if you're still in the mood for taking in the sights from above, then head over to Studio City, a resort that costs $3.2 billion to build and gives visitors one-of-a-kind experiences with all the attractions related to the movie and television industries.
I'm 425 feet up above the ground in the world's only figure-8 Ferris wheel. This is the Golden Reel at Studio City, and a private cabin can be yours with up to 9 of your friends for an hour. This is a one-of-a-kind way to experience Macau, and is especially popular during the golden hour, when the sun sets and the bright lights and the nightlife come alive.
And once the sun sets, it is time to start planning for dinner. And there are a lot of dining options in Macau to suit every budget. From the famous humble egg tarts to one of 19 Michelin-starred restaurants. And as you would expect, a lot of them are in the integrated resorts we've already explored. Like the SW Steakhouse in the Wynn Palace Hotel, where USDA prime beef and fresh seafood make up the award-winning surf and turf. But what makes this a truly unforgettable experience isn't on your plate. Every 30 minutes, the lights dip and diners enjoy a theatrical show like no other. Yes, that really was King Kong outside the window. Still in the win is Mizumi, the Japanese restaurant that was awarded a Michelin star in 2015. Now it holds 2 and boasts some of Japan's most revered cooks as master consultant chefs on dishes such as sushi, tempura, and teppanyaki. That type of culinary art all in one place doesn't come cheap. Expect to pay around $250 per person for a meal. And for local flavors, head up to the 51st floor of the Ritz-Carlton, where Cantonese restaurant Lai Hin boasts impressive views and a Michelin star.
There are many restaurant choices here in Macau, and a number of restaurants have received Michelin stars. How do you feel about being honored this way?
The team and I were really happy and excited because after a long period of hard work, we finally received a Michelin star. Our team feels really honored.
Tell me about some of your most famous dishes.
We are famous for our barbecued Iberico pork with honey sauce and our steamed crab claw with egg white. But most importantly, we continuously innovate and source the best produce from around the world and bringing them back to Macau for our customers.
You like to use the best produce from around the world, but is there any Portuguese or Macanese influence in any of the dishes served here at Lai Hin?
We are fundamentally a traditional Cantonese restaurant, so we will still respect our traditional cooking techniques and tastes. But I will use premium ingredients such as French blue lobster, wild turbot and the like.
What kind of people like to eat here?
Usually our customers are people who enjoy good food and a pleasant ambience. Our restaurant is on the 51st floor, the highest in Macau. So our customers really enjoy a gourmet meal with a view.
You know what? It's my lucky day because this is actually one of my favorites. Braised pork belly with preserved vegetables. Chef Biu chose pork from Holland because the layers are more evenly distributed. The preserved vegetables come from Shekou in Hong Kong and are sun-dried. He chose a bun, a mantao, instead of a bowl of rice so that ladies can more elegantly pick up the sauce when it's time to eat. Let's dig in.
If street food is more your thing, then head over to the Broadway Hotel, where the open-air venue extends your dining choices with 40 options, including some of Macau's authentic local dishes. Broadway is also one option to take in some world-class nightlife, including performances from well-known international musicians and hot new talent at Band on the Run Mobile Stage.
My first-class experience has extended beyond the bright lights of the integrated resorts and gaming that made this city famous. From fine dining to historical outings and every form of leisure in between. Macau is full of surprises and continues to evolve. I'm Emily Tan. Thanks for watching.